Hi everyone and welcome to my first ever vlog. This is my first attempt at an online video, so we'll see how it goes. It could be my first and it could be my last, but we'll see how it goes. Essentially, I always enjoy my blogging and writing about topics that interest me and about the planet, photography, wildlife, all that sort of thing. So I thought, why not try it in a video? I think sometimes it's easier to talk aloud than it is to write about a topic, so I'm gonna give it a go, see what happens, see if anyone likes it. But as I'm sure you all know, I'm Phoebe and I'm 22 and I live in England. So I'm currently furloughed from 2 jobs, which I'm sure a lot of people are in a similar situation. It kind of sucks, but it's also been quite nice to have all this time to myself, with my family, with wildlife and the garden. Been doing a lot of photography. I'm sure if you scroll through my feed you can see all that photography. I've been doing a lot of edits in this Affinity photo studio, which has been really cool, and setting up my home studio, which I'm kind of in at the moment. So yesterday I actually looked at some videos on Nikon website. So they're offering a load of free tutorials on how to use different parts of the camera settings and all sorts, which is fantastic. So the entirety of April this is free to use, so definitely check that out. I yesterday looked at aperture and shutter speed, which I then went outside and took a picture of a butterfly, which you can see if you scroll down through my feed. It's an orange tip, thanks to JC, who let me know that that's what that was. I hadn't actually realised it was a butterfly. I was just taking a picture of the bluebells and then realised that the leaf that I thought was a leaf on the bluebell was a butterfly. But we're using the aperture setting for that is how I got such a cool look afterwards, and I popped that into Affinity Photo when I'd taken the shot and just put a slight vignette round the sides just to bring it in to really focus on the butterfly in the middle. But that was really cool. So I think all this time off has actually been really good for me, learning these different bits and pieces that I didn't necessarily know, and treating myself to Affinity Photo on my iPad has been really cool. There's a few dispersion edits I've tried doing, so if you scroll down again you can have a look at those. Bit difficult to sort of get your head around first of all, especially if you don't really use Photoshop, which I hadn't before, or any sort of Photoshop editing software. But it's been really cool to learn all about it. And yeah, I just kind of wanted this to be a sort of introductory tester to see what people thought. If anyone likes it, let me know. If you did really enjoy it and want to retweet it, that would be cool. But yeah, I think some of the topics that I enjoy writing about I could also potentially talk about in future videos. And anything anyone else wants to talk about, let me know, or wants me to sort of have a look into. I just like photography, wildlife. Climate change is a big issue that we could talk about for hours, but really interests me and I want to do my bit for the planet, and I'm trying to, especially during lockdowns. It can be a bit difficult. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to me rabble on a little bit, but hopefully there'll be more, but we'll see. I'm about to head out into the garden now with my camera and take some pictures and check out the frog spawn that I've got in my pond and the 5 frogs that I've counted so far. So I'll let you know how that's looking tomorrow. Bye everyone!